driving and we heard this weird noise. The only thing we can possibly think of is that one of our solar panels has come loose. So Steve is climbing up here at the gas station to see if he can see anything.
So the tape has come undone.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
So where's can you look up the nearest home center? Like Lowe's or Home Depot?
Sure.
Since we don't carry a ladder, rookie mistake number 1. About the only thing we could think of was to head to the nearest home center to get access to a ladder and hopefully find some more Eternabond tape, as we weren't carrying that with us either. Rookie mistake number 2.
Oh gosh. So we were just driving slowly and we heard a bigger noise. I didn't see anything blow off the roof, but so hopefully we didn't lose our solar panel. Can you still see it up there?
What's that?
Can you still see it up there?
I think so.
Oh gosh. So I was just saying, we saw this house. They've got an RV. I said, well, we can go to some random stranger's house and see if they've got a ladder. So I think we're gonna try that. Oh my gosh. Let's hope these people aren't. There's a private property sign up. Hopefully they're friendly and helpful. We are all the way up here. Closest home improvement store is not till like way down here. So that would be a problem. I think this might be a sign that we need a ladder in our van. I guess you always have to be prepared. You never know when there's going to be unexpected things that happen. Did you find somebody?
He has a ladder we can use, yeah.
Oh, good.
At this point, we were glad for the kindness of a stranger. We were only about 20 miles to the nearest home center, but we were fairly certain we'd lose the panel if we drove much further without some sort of temporary fix.
All right. All right. As you can probably hear, I've got the hazards on. Driving pretty slow. Basically, the front tape came loose on our very forward panel. And A, we don't have a ladder with us. B, we don't have any tape with us. 2 big rookie mistakes.
We took the tape out of the van right before this trip.
Yeah, I really put my faith in this Eternabond tape, and it didn't hold. Thankfully, we heard it before it fully caught and flew off. That would have made a giant mess. Probably would have ruined the cabling up there and everything. Anyway, I mean, we are, I think, 15 miles from the closest home center, and we don't know anybody in this neighborhood, so we were really stuck. And I literally pulled off the road, off the highway, and went to the first house I could find. And
was that your intent when we pulled in there?
Yeah.
So it's funny that I said, oh, let's just ask these people.
Thankfully, he had a fifth wheel, so he is aware of traveling like this, and they had a ladder, which I was able to get up and survey the scene and kind of put the Eternabond tape back a little bit, and he was gracious enough to give us some duct tape, so I put that on the very front edge. I don't anticipate that duct tape holding much beyond today, so we're heading straight to the home center. I think it's a Lowe's that Audra found, and we'll see what we can see. I'm hoping they have some sort of tape, really strong tape like Eternabond, and I'll just tape that sucker down nice and tight. We'll have to borrow a ladder from Home Depot or from Lowe's.
Hopefully they'll let us do that.
If not, worst case scenario, the only thing I can think of is to actually cut that front panel off with the tape and take it down and put it inside the van, so at least we can get home and reassess the situation there. So that's the story. I'm thankful for the kindness of strangers. What a blessing that was, because we were stuck otherwise.
So a huge thank you to Ryan and his sons for helping us out. So we were driving along, and all of a sudden we start hearing this strange sound, a little bit like a thumping. And I thought maybe something was dragging under the van, but it didn't quite sound like that. So I got up and went in the back here, and I went to the back, like back by the bed, and was listening. I didn't hear anything there, but I started smelling smoke, so that freaked me out a little bit. I think we realized there was some smoke outside though, so at least that wasn't from our van. I thought, oh gosh, like maybe our Delta was doing something weird or whatever. And then I went and I got down and I listened to like where both the tires were. Couldn't hear anything different. It was only when I was standing up in the center or sitting here in the front of the cab that I could hear anything. So then I finally realized, oh, it's got to be something on our roof. And then we realized probably a solar panel was loose. That was a scary feeling. So after the gas station, we slowed down. We're just driving along slowly, trying to figure out what to do. And then we heard this louder noise. And seriously, it sounded like possibly the solar panel had come and blown off completely off the roof. But we quickly looked in our side mirrors, and we couldn't see anything. Steve pulled over and just checked, and still there, thankfully. But gosh, that could have been horrible if it flew off and hit somebody or the cables broke.
Your destination is on the left.
All right, so we made it to Lowe's, thankfully, with no further incidents. And now we have to see what they have to help us out. All right, unfortunately, they don't seem to have too wide a selection of tape.
I guess we
got standard duct tape, which I don't think it's going to hold for the remaining 600 miles or whatever it is that we got to go.
I think it is Bay 17.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
All right, found some more tape.
All right, so we asked for help, and they pointed us to a different aisle where they have a bit more selection of tape. So we're gonna have to see if they have anything that might hold.
So when we got here, I did do a search online here at the store to see if they had the Eternabond tape. They did not. But it said the related products were in the roofing department, so we checked there, but there was nothing there that would work. So hopefully Steve will find something here.
So this is the best I could find. I think I'm going to go with the almost 3-inch wide Gorilla tape. I don't think this is a permanent fix, but if I put down enough strips, I hopefully will get us home.
Now to buy a ladder, temporarily.
Unfortunately, they don't carry the telescoping ladders that van lifers typically have in their vans, so I'm going to have to just buy this one and return it at some point.
Tonight,
hopefully.
It's obviously not going in our van. Just in case we don't have one in the van already, since we actually did take several tools and other important things out of the van before this trip. Silly us. Silly us for taking some important things out of the van before this trip. Lesson learned. I don't think we said earlier, we're actually on our way from Virginia, heading back home to Florida when all this happened. We're in South Carolina right now. We'd had a nice little spot planned for dinner, but what I'm going to do is get some food going while Steve works on the roof right now. He's just getting the stove set up and we're gonna get to work.
So this is my little toolbox, and thankfully it looks like I at least have a knife.
We have one tool we need.
So we don't have to open a brand new one.
So what do you think?
Well, now that I've had a chance to kind of calm down a little bit, reassess everything, I think the smartest play, since we don't have any Eternabond tape, is just to cut the tape off of this panel, the front panel, and store it in the van for the rest of the way home. I'm just afraid if I try to use this Gorilla tape, I just don't want to be on 95 doing 65, 70 miles per hour and the wind catching this and just ripping it right off. I think we were unbelievably blessed that it happened when it did, and the damage wasn't that bad. So I just don't want to lose a panel. I don't want to cause an accident, all that. So I'm simply going to cut this tape right at the seam on this very front panel, disconnect the two, I think they're called MC4 connectors, which will free up this panel, and then these last two aren't a problem, so I'll just keep them up there, and that should get us home where I can hopefully reinstall this with a little more Eternabond tape. So this gives you a better idea what was going on. This tape was coming loose and the wind was catching underneath the panel and lifting the entire front section off. Again, thanks to Ryan, he gave me this duct tape, which got us the few extra miles here to Lowe's where I could get this ladder and do it properly.
So our plans were thwarted for the evening, but a crisis has been averted. We're gonna eat something and then we're gonna find a place to park for the night. And that's it for now. We'll have to see you next time. Yeah, something's not right. Oh gosh. Slow down more. There's definitely something loose. Well, we're having a little deja vu here. We were just driving again and heard some more noise up on the roof. So we've pulled into the Flying J and Steve's gonna get out and see what he can see. Oh gosh. So here we go again. Sounds like something's been slapping, more like a cord or something. So Steve's gonna get up on this thing at the gas station again. Oh, barefoot.
All right, so the good news is it's just the remaining tape that I had left on last night that I think is blowing around and rattling enough to cause concern on the inside. The tape for the two other panels looks like it's holding strong.
Oh gosh. Hopefully it doesn't fall off here. Don't you hurt yourself. Oh gosh. Well, at least it wasn't worse. We're glad that's all it was, because we don't need any more trouble with the stuff up there on our way. We should be home in a few hours.
We were able to get ourselves home without further incidents, where I was able to change into my green short pants. Now it's time to try to reinstall the solar panel properly. As you can see, I was able to get most of the residue off. I have a little bit more work to do, try to clean that up. Done some research, and they say that gasoline is the best thing to use to get this cleaned up. Alright, so I think I got it pretty well cleaned up.
We were really fortunate that this situation wasn't worse. It could have been really serious if the solar panel had flown off while driving on the highway. It was really disappointing that the Eternabond tape didn't hold up. We've had the original panel on for months now with no problem, so the best we can conclude is that the front panel is just far enough forward that it takes the brunt of the wind coming up over the front of the van, and that it was too much for the tape to withstand. The solution I'm hoping will suffice is to use wider Eternabond tape. That means I have to cover a little bit of the actual solar panel material, but I think it's worth the trade-off if it means preventing a similar problem in the future.
Well, because I am too cheap to go buy an actual roller, I have an old salsa jar that I'm using to roll down the tape. It's on there nice and tight. So here is the final product. I put 4-inch tape all around the entire thing, and I'm hoping that that will hold. Alright, well hopefully that will hold. I plan to keep a close eye on it, and I'll keep you posted. You'll have to let me know down in the comment section below if you have any suggestions to how to make this situation better.
Thanks for watching as we share life on the road. If you haven't already, check out our many other videos, including our van build and travel series. We've been working on building the van out for over 2 years now, and we're finally getting close to it being what we consider finished. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos as we work on some decorative touches and creative storage solutions for the van. See you next time.